from there, we've got all these different types of intelligences. How do we get the kids to respond? And what we're going to basically show you is again, out of the box for Bruce Kensky, lesson plan that before UT, before the whole idea of right brain, left brain came into my classroom, came into me, I knew it existed. How do we do it? The ability to plan. These kids, scientific method. We all agreed in class scientific method is one of the things in science they just don't seem to get. So let's try and right brain it. Well, instead of forcing them to learn 7 steps, they learned the 7 steps, they went away with their notes, they went away with their textbook, but their assignment was to put it to song. And take that song, and also here's your bailout. If you don't want to do a song, you can do a poem or a haiku. And if you don't really want to do that, I'll accept the 2-page paper on the scientific method, and you guys can sit and commiserate over how I'm going to grade it with spelling and all the other stuff. They all picked song or poem. And in one of them, you'll hear the kid mention, and he came up to me later and he said, you know, you're the homeless old man on the street in his poem. And it didn't bother me at all because it was really a great poem and I know what he was saying about it. So you have to, you know, kind of take the kids at face value. Let me show you a real quick movie. And this is a number of kids. Where are we? And I hope you enjoy this. It's funny. I walked away and had just unbelievable fun with it. I can't find the...
Alt engine.
All what?
Engine.
Thank you, bud. That's why we work well together. I had to throw that in.
Music.
You put an observation in, you take the question out, you form a hypothesis, and you test it all about. You do the scientific method and you test it all around. That's what it's all about. You analyze the results, you draw conclusions, and then communicate results, and you tell the teacher. You do the scientific method and you test it all around. That's what it's all about.
They had to do it again.
You put an observation in, you take a question out, you form a hypothesis, and you test it all about. You do the scientific method and you test it all around. That's what it's all about. You analyze the results, you draw conclusions, and you communicate results, and you tell the teacher. You do the scientific method and you test it all about. That's what it's all about. Scientific.
They had fun?
7 steps. May I say it better? No, say it right. 7 steps.
Make an observation, ask a question, ask a question, ask a question. Make an observation, ask a question, ask a question, ask a question.
Hypothesis, 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 hypothesis. Analyze the results, analyze the results, analyze the results, analyze the results. Have a graph, have a line graph, have a bar graph, have a dot graph. Does the conclusion, does the conclusion, does the conclusion, does the conclusion. This is hypothesis, this is hypothesis, this is hypothesis, this is hypothesis. Hypothesis is an educator, yes. And this is the line that we do the best. Communicate results, communicate results, communicate results, communicate results.
My name is Romeo and I'm the shortest in my class. You try to measure me, but I run really fast.
Stop.
7 steps.
Cool. Good job. Very nice. Thank you. Everybody relax.
Data, data. Let's go drawing conclusions, communicate results. Drawing conclusions, communicate results. Drawing conclusions, communicate results. That's our song. I hear a boy make a big noise playing the street.
While you're all man, poor man, you know, with your eyes on it. Please don't say. Got mud all on your face, big disgrace. We will analyze. We will conclude. We will communicate results. We will. Okay.
I thought we had lost him there, but he recovered. He came back, and that made it even better.
I think you know what I mean when I'm asking questions on the street with this old man that used to be home. He's telling me to make an hypothesis, and I test my hypothesis with a shoe and a hippopotamus. Then I analyze my conclusion with my best friend Susan, and I tell the whole world. Teddy Grandma, he wasn't.
And this is just a little example. At the end, I had them all come up, write on the whiteboard what they felt, what did the scientific method mean to them, and as you see, analyze results, observation, it was all over. We kept it up there for all 6 classes for the day. I had a tremendous amount of fun doing this. Did it at the beginning of the year when we were in the nature of science. Kids came through. The prompt I gave them, after I outlined it, gave them the rubric, I'm going to back up, I'm going to flip-flop 1 second. One of the kids that I had this year was autistic, had a tremendous amount of social problems with the other kids. He got into it. He was the singer. I don't have his clip up here, but he just did phenomenal with a group of kids that he doesn't work with. And I did not do that. They all picked their likes. They picked their groups in this situation. It worked. I walked away from it going, I got to do it again. This was a 4-day deal. For them to get it all together, it was, I made it long because I didn't know what was going to happen. I figured I could always cut back and just be flexible. Let them run with it. I've also done this in little bits, 4 and 5 minutes. Okay, break into groups, 5 minutes, I need this from you. Boom, boom, boom. Put it to music if you can, sing a song about it if you can, make a poem. And it works. They love it. After we did this, I could not tell you how many kids in every class came. What are we going to do fun like that this week? All right? And once that happened, it was like a total reversal in my 5th year teaching, and hopefully even better my next year. And Chris will tell you a little bit more about that for her too. Versus the first year coming in and, my God, how do I get these kids motivated? They just sit there, they don't do anything, there's no homework. Hey, technology, let them touch, let them feel, let them go research, let them do something else. Let them create in the science classroom instead of, here's the procedure, here are the steps, here are your materials, now tell me what you did and how, spit it back. Totally different way to do things. Now in high school, Dennis met, I guess, with mixed opposition and acceptance.
No opposition, but there was less enthusiasm. Younger kids are always going to be more prone in general to want to get up and sing and dance because it's still acceptable, especially when you're looking at a male component in your class. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get up and sing. There were alternatives that I proposed, just like Bruce did. The boys could write raps that they didn't necessarily have to sing, or they could do a poem or anything that they felt that was expressive, that got all of the key points of the rubric. You always want to, as we do normally, make a rubric for the assignment that you're going to give out. And this was a situation that was any different. But these 2 girls volunteered and asked me if they wanted to stay afterward. This was a rough kind of recording of what they ended up doing another week and a half or 2 later for our morning show.
Dennis, I'm sorry, I'm going to go out of sequence because if this was an afterthought later. Sound quality for both of us in some cases was a little rough. Next time we do this, if we were going to do presentation quality, I'd mic my kids, just because background noise and stuff. And in Dennis's, just so you get an idea, this is to Jason Mraz. Y'all know that song? What's the title?
Up to the top.
I'm yours.
I'm yours.
There you go.
Well, the lab is done, and oh, I remember it.
Yeah.
All right. So you got an idea. I was talking about Dennis's kids taught me, this old middle school
The
teacher,
word whack.
what whack really was. I had to go, Dennis, whack. And now I know, all right? I use the two that are sitting back here for my kid speak, because they help me.
The young-
Okay, what's whack mean? I don't know.
Out of
Crazy.
sorts,
It's wrong.
Oh,
The-
yeah.
your results are whack.
Yeah.
It's a
Right,
result
like
is wrong
wacky.
from a
There's
science.
different, a little bit of different